Hi, my name is Elizabeth Peralta, and I'm going to talk about the podcast Shakespeare and Girlhood. In this podcast, the speakers discuss the deeper meaning of the word girl used by William Shakespeare. They discuss different characters that Shakespeare categorizes as girls and why he might have considered them examples of girlhood. It is important to note during the medieval times the word girl was neutral. It was used to describe both boys and girls. William states, and my argument in my book is, in fact, Shakespeare is part of the process of fixing that association of young female to the idea of the girl and the word girl. One can suggest that in Shakespeare's mind, the idea of a girl is a young female who is weak, but due to love, she becomes rebellious and strong-willed. Both Williams and Grant discuss that Shakespeare usually ties the word innocence and the word girl. His characters consist of innocent young females who become a victim. In fact, William states, and so there definitely are those associations with innocence, also with victimhood. Lavinia in Titus Andronicus is called a girl who should not survive her shame, and the fact that she's murdered by her father at the end of the play reflects this idea of her victimhood. The idea that she's been sexually victimized and therefore she cannot outlive this shame that has been placed upon her. Lavinia's circumstance is what kills her. Shakespeare's idea of innocence is very important because if for some reason a girl character does not have her innocence, she can no longer serve as an example of a girl. This is why Lavinia ends up dying. Shakespeare's characters are also strong-willed and rebellious. In the podcast, William also mentions Juliet. He states, so we see that in Juliet all the way through, we see that she is someone who consistently resists the models that have been provided for her, for how a girl is supposed to act. She is innocent, but is a very strong-minded person. She resists the idea of marrying who she does not love. Shakespeare certainly describes girls as innocent. However, that innocence is connected to resistance. A girl with no innocence is not strong. The speaker also suggests that one of the people Shakespeare uses as inspiration might have been his wife, Anne Hathaway. She was older than him and he respected her. William states, we can see her coming through certainly in Juliet, and in Juliet's management of the courtship with Romeo. The way she corrects him, the way that she says, swear not by the moon, and then says, well, actually just swear not at all. It could be possible that Shakespeare uses the word girl for someone he respects. Much like his wife, the characters he considers girls are strong, important, and rebellious. This podcast is very interesting because it gives a deeper meaning to the word girl. By doing this, one can differentiate the various female characters and their importance. As readers, we will be able to point out what characters are girls. Many of the ideas that society has of girls, Shakespeare helped shape. For example, a girl is supposed to be innocent and ashamed if they lose their innocence. Girls are also considered victims instead of survivors. Furthermore, girls are expected to willingly leave everything behind for the men they love. Shakespeare's idea of what or who should a girl be embodies modern ideas of the word girl. That's why it is very important for us as students and readers of Shakespeare to hear this podcast. Thank you.